Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the last game of the night here. It's the Mobafire Challenger Series. Rapid and Bird coming at you for your casters. Hope you guys have been enjoying the show so far. Like I said, we're getting into the last game of the match of the day. Should be actually a really good match. It's Reality Check Gaming taking on Cognitive Gaming. If you guys remember from watching the PAX LCS qualifiers over the weekend, Cognitive actually took out Complexity Academy and Lion Gaming to get on in here, and kind of interesting to see pretty strong path from Reality Check Gaming as well, beating Curse Academy 2-1 and then getting kind of knocked out by NWE. But you know what? Both making it to that round of 8, and both very strong teams in their own right. Now, Cognitive, the old Wasabi roster, and with a very impressive showing here in MCS. I think they're currently sitting at in 5th place at 5-3, so very strong positioning there coming into playoffs here in just a couple of weeks. Whereas Reality Check having a little bit of a rough time, 2-6, always managed to take at least one game off of whoever they're playing against. So you know, that could be the one game that that's going to be tonight in this best of 1 versus Cognitive.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep up with their, well, maybe 8th place go at a playoff. It'll be really important for both teams to get this win. So Reality Check Gaming, I mean, they've been a pretty strong team. Unfortunately, haven't come out with some wins. Cognitive Gaming, I mean, they're pretty new to the scene, but have been keeping up with them. So both teams hopefully will get this win, but unfortunately, one of them's only going to get that one. So the other one will unfortunately get that loss. In the meantime, Lulu, Lissandra, Ari, Rise, Kale going to be banned up for both teams. I'm liking the bans coming out for the team of Reality Check Gaming in the sense that they're really stressing about utility and that single target pick off that Ari has been picked up as a pick for quite a bit of the games today. So I'm liking the focus yet again in Season 3. Single target, making sure that they can actually get that down with Lee Sins and Aries and stuff like that coming back into favor.
Yeah, and really in that last game is a little bit frustrating. I mean, Cassiopeia, she's cool and all, but in kind of like League of Gap Closers, really doesn't work against all that mobility, and that's what you were talking about right there. Ari banned out, Lissandra banned out, every single one of those champions, even Kale has a slow and then an engage afterwards. So really, I mean, very flexible champions, very strong right now, getting banned out. Really, it's nice to see some respect being given to that Lissandra and Ari ban after you probably don't want to see Zamfira on there. Literally all 3 bans, Lulu, Lissandra, and Ari, all banned out towards Zamfira. His AP mid Lulu is, it sounds troll, but it is so good. Every time you get a chance to see that one, he's going to pick it absolutely every one of them. So Cognitive with their mid laner pretty pressured, kind of banned out here. We'll have to see what he decides to go with after 3 of his most highly paid champions getting taken out.
Yeah, the last time we've seen competitive, well, Lulu play in solo lane was Zamfira. She brought out, I think, week 1 of the MCS. But before that, truthfully, I think the last time I saw it was with the old Dignitas, no, Team Dynamic strat. It was either Dignitas or Team Dynamic, one of those 2 teams, bringing out this support kind of carry Lulu at top with a Nunu at mid or something like that. It was a really, really interesting support, protect the Cutie Pie comp. So it was Dignitas who did that. So really cool to see that Lulu banned out, unfortunately for Zamfira. Can't bring that up to mid lane. We do see some picks coming out though. Rabadub going to be picking up the J4. We're going to have that Elise and Fiddlesticks locked in. Well, maybe we'll see Fiddlesticks mid, maybe Fiddlesticks support, we'll see. But overall, very strong picks for the first 2 rounds of pick phase.
Yeah, now keep in mind Valkyrie, he's been around in the scene for a while, formerly of the old, I think it was MTWNA lineup. He's been around the scene and coming back and now as the support here. I'm gonna be subbing in a little bit. Diamond actually subbing in as support for Cognitive Esports as well as their AD carry in place of Nothing here. So he won't be here. It's gonna be Diamond back in the saddle as far as an AD carry support. If you guys don't know Diamond, well, you're about to. He is absolutely devastating. He's Ezreal, one of the best out there, and so coming up against Virus's Twitch. That is one guy who did not get banned out. You saw that Vayne ban definitely went his way, but Twitch, one of his very strongest champions. If you look into Virus, you probably know him for his Draven. He was just that guy that made people ban Draven all the time. And Twitch, next best played champion, very, very strong as well. Something that's they love to run on RXG, but for Reality Check, it's really going to be up to X Shepard. Once what he wants to use to define his mid lane. You'll notice Rise banned out versus Tofu Shift, but even with the bans, or even with the nerfs, still drawing that ban away.
Yeah, and we'll see how this will come in play. Virus picking up the Twitch. Again, a lot of aggressive AD carries have, well, dropped off Draven because of the new passive, not really doing too much per se. I mean, you can still play off in solo queue, but even Robert Exley would say, no, not really off on that one. So Virus being picked up, going to be picking up the Twitch. Not a very big surprise. We've been seeing Twitch and Varus's and all the other strong aggressive ADCs being picked up more over just because of those Draven nerfs. So overall, really cool to see Virus being played off for that. We're going to have the Ezreal being picked up on the other side for Cognitive Gaming. And we're going to see this matchup yet again. Can Ezreal dodge out, or will Virus / Twitch be able to do DPS in? So very cool things coming up from both teams. We'll see what'll happen in the end of everything.
Well, earlier in our feature match of the evening, it was Denial Esports taking on Team To Be Determined, and we just saw that whole match be decided by a stealth Twitch, Flappy Bearfish, getting on there and assassinating Robert Exley's Vayne to kind of snowball the victory in there for Denial. But Twitch, when he's going on to an Ezreal, he's going to have to slow, but an Arcane Shift away is really going to be able to dodge out from a lot of that damage if he can get out of the way of that spray and pray and expunge. So it's going to be up to Virus. Maybe he's going to go for those kind of sneaky plays. Virus kind of known for being more of a roaming Twitch in solo queue, but he plays it a little bit more standardly here on RXG. Lineups completed for both teams. Tofu Shift had that bit Rise banned out against him. Vladimir right up next on the table as far as his most played champions. So no surprises there, but going with, once again, a very stacked AoE team composition here from RXG. They have the blow up, they have the wombo combo, they just need to set up for the team fights. Be all about getting through that laning phase and then grouping to force objectives. But what do you actually see coming out here from Cognitives? They have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pushing coming out, but the thing that's going to be really surprising, the Elise Repel on top of the Orianna Ball, the engage wombo combo of that shockwave onto, well, death onto somebody will be really key in starting everything. But they're also taking a kind of a page out of TBD, Team To Be Determined playbook. They have this Zed. Zed's known for a lot of damage for assassinating things, but he's also known for split pushing. And iDream on Zed has been pretty much a common thing, actually, for the team of Cognitive Gaming. So we'll see if iDream plays out more like the West Tri style of just pushing, responding in, assassinating all the targets, or will the team of Cognitive Gaming play this style where they're going to go all in off the AoE gauge of Zamfira? So one or two things I'm really looking forward to seeing, other than Diamond playing Ezreal. That's really cool. But iDream, what his role is going to be as that Assassin 80 top lane, or is he going to be that split pusher? And the other thing I'm going to see is if this wombo combo is really successful, how many 3000 elo shockwaves are going to actually have in this game? So Cognitive Gaming, hopefully we'll see some good things. Reality Check Gaming, like you said, we'll see how they will work out with their comp.
I think the biggest problem going to come out for this AoE team composition is, just like you said, that pickoff, the ability of Zed to sort of get into the team fight regardless of the CC in front of him. And then Valkyrin with the fear to start things off, it's going to be a nice counter if you do want to engage on top of that. And really, I feel like this laning phase is going to be much stronger for Cognitive, just based on the champion picks. And you have to get through the laning phase to get to the team fights. And if you come out too weak, then might actually be a little bit rough. But I don't know. We'll see how things kind of stack up here. It's really gonna key in off of that bottom lane. I feel Diamond subbing in on Ezreal versus Virus's Twitch, one of his strongest champions, kind of the backbone here for RXG. So we'll get a chance to see that as the game progresses. But do want to go to a quick commercial break. But don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it's the last game of the night here at MCS. It's gonna be Cognitive Gaming taking on Reality Check Gaming. Do want to thank our sponsors, iBuyPower, Razor Academy, and Fatality Gaming gear. If you guys want to help support MCS as well, head over to mcsesports.com/tips and leave us a little donation for the casters or for the production. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, the MCS Esports continues with the last game of the night. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mobafire Challenger Series. I am Rapid, with me is Bird, and we're going into our last game of the night. It's Reality Check Gaming, 2-6 coming into this match, going up against a pretty formidable opponent in Cognitive Esports, now 5-3. After a very strong performance in the LCS PAX qualifiers, going into, actually going to be going to PAX, very strong showing there. We're getting into our last game of the night. It's RXG Reality Check Gaming coming up from the bottom in the blue, going up against Cognitive in the red coming down. And as we start in here, the level 1 a little bit less surprising than you'd expect to see. Very heavily warded things out, and everybody's kind of piling around the mid lane. No surprises here.
Yeah, not really surprising to see they want information, and it's going to be coming at a premium because we do see Ziploc and everybody trying to fight out in the red side of the red jungle. We do see that ward kind of placed awkwardly over there in that brush, but actually still gets that brush control, plus his shoes up there, but it's going to be taken away because Valkyrie says, I do not want people seeing my dirty secrets. So there you go with that pink ward, you're going to be able to deny that vision. Overall, very strong take for both teams. Cognitive Gaming, they have that little one-up advantage because they have denied the secrets.
All right, so starting things out, very uneventful level 1. Overall, the ward advantage going over to Cognitive. You can see they have those 2 wards out there. Top and bottom entrances to their jungle on either side of mid lane guarded up, and we will see a very passive start to the game. No invasions coming out just yet. An early start to top lane for iDream. See a duo lane, the 2v1. Initiated there by RXG. They're going to send Virus and Bubba Dub up there. They go up against iDream on Zed. Actually shouldn't be all that bad of a lane for him, but 2v1ing a Renekton always winds up being a little bit rough.
Yeah, Renekton's going to have a really big trouble in the sense that, yeah, he will have a hard time trying to hold up against the tower wave, but out of all the 2v1ers, he's actually one of the strongest to actually turn around a 2v1 fight. There's a Fiddlesticks, though, in the seed of Cognitive Gaming on the red side. So we'll see if that actually will come into fruition, because with that fear that comes into play, it could deny that, well, maybe counter gank play that could happen like in the 3-minute go. On the other hand, for the team of Reality Check Gaming, I'm liking the play of this lane swap. You want to have that Zed not fed up at all, even though the matchup itself, Renekton versus Zed, isn't that bad. You want to deny Zed from even getting some items, so getting that lane down, getting that tower down as soon as possible might be one of the best things Reality Check Gaming is going for.
Now we're going to see the way that these early 2v1s work out as far as CS is concerned, as well as ganks. We're going to see the first gank of the game for Fragnatic. Going on to Zemfira, immediately forcing out the flash. Didn't want anything to do with Fragnatic there.
Yeah, Zemfira is going to get denied that one down, and we're going to see if this pressure is coming up. Elise going to have to repel out, going to be able to stay in. Will they actually go against this one? That's the question.
Oh, the flash in, the ignite, the damage, the ball for the protection. Command protect out from Zemfira. Double summoners blown for tofu shifts, so a little bit rough there. I mean, those raids are pretty important and everything, but probably not worth double summoners. Oh, Captain Ziplock stopped from going back. Very aggressive play. The flag drag in for Fragnatic underneath the what? Is he gonna get away from this? One more auto attack and it's first blood after a cocoon landing underneath the turret.
Very, very smart play coming up from Captain Ziplock, baiting that one, possibly using that second word, but not true for the getting out there. Just that unfortunate timing and that unfortunate position, being next to that turret, not really a good go. So very good from Reality Check Gaming in the sense that, yeah, they got a lot of pressure on their Elise, but unfortunate times, kills, stuff like that, that's not good for the team of Reality Check Gaming.
All right, now, yeah, RXG having a little bit of a rough start. Keep in mind that's going to give a refreshed double buffs over to Captain Ziplock. So unless he winds up feeding those away, it's going to give him a lot of extra or extended power there in that jungle. And you can know Tofu Shift now with no summoners off the back of that. Still not going to be too happy about the way things are starting up. At least as far as his mid lane is concerned as well. The big deal, top lane Bubba, and then he can take a lot of damage. The ignite goes on the flash, the auto attack, as well as the spinning slash, shadow slash actually. Looking to pick up the second kill. Virus swaps the barrier. It's going to be with the Q under turret. Captain Ziplock, level 4 already. No problems taking out Twitch.
Yeah, I Dream also had the level advantage as well, level 4 to level 3, and both Ziplock and Dream said, yeah, we can take this pretty handily. The tank with the spiders coming into play at the end of everything that tower dive. Very, very key in cognitive gaming with that 3-0 score in the beginning go is going to be very, very strong.
Yeah, and even as this game progresses, already off to a huge start for Cognitive. 3-0 right now, and with about a 1,500 gold lead at the 5-minute mark. Starting things off with a bang, and you can even see that 2v1 lane actually going in favor of the one iDream, able to come up there and pick up a kill for himself. Doran's shield, now Vamp Scepter, coming his way, starting to feel himself up there. Renekton returns to lane with only a Doran's shield and consumables, so Boots as well. It's gonna have to get the job done because X Shepard will be going back into a 1v1 versus iDream, who had a little bit of a more successful time.
Yeah, 10-17 on the kill or the CS score, but the kill score 1-0-1 compared to the zeros all around. For that Renekton, this is a very big advantage. So we'll see what Zed can do. Once Zed has an advantage, the lane bullying begins. And although Renekton is a big lane bully, Zed can be one as well. So we'll see how that will happen. On the other hand, now switching back everything to regular lanes. Twitch versus Azrael. Azrael should be able to poke out a little bit more successfully, but Virus can get the kill. It's all on this gank.
And going in, I think that we will actually see Virus go down. One more auto attack, and it's actually Ziplock that picks up the kill, locking it down there. Virus cannot stay alive. 0-2 here at 7 minutes. Having a rough time in there. Bubba, no crescendo out there, no exhaust. Actually did have exhaust available, so could have thrown that down for the assistance. Maybe it's just the ward coverage going in there. A nice gank, and now it's going to be a dragon off the back of that. For Cognitive, it's going to be taken down, just really snowballing their leads. No turrets taken yet. A very early dragon at the 7-minute mark.
It's one of those fruitful things that you see in games in general. If you can actually get this, like, I won't say it's a solo queue play, but pretty much a solo queue play, with the sense that, yeah, there was that level 1 or level 2 bait into the second tier turret at mid. might have cost a lot of things for Reality Check Gaming. And then with this release now 3-0 door and late start, like we said before, very actually standard now, but now getting into that tankiness as well. Ziplock's gonna be really, really powerful soon, and that is something that at least gets usually mid-game to late game, so like 10 minutes in, 12 minutes in. If you have at least super fed in the beginning, it's a really, really bad time. So Reality Check Gaming, they're gonna have to slow down the pace of this game. They also have to make sure they don't get, well, one carry really fed.
Yeah, I don't think that they have to worry about getting Virus too fed. Off to somewhat of a rough start. 42 CS, mid lane, a lot of trades going down against Tofu Shift. They're giving away that trade. Some nice saves from Zamfir early on. That command protect actually save out Captain Ziplock from the Flash Ignite. Really sort of set that snowball rolling. You can see that domination middle lane and top lane as well. I mean, Idri gets pushed under turret by Shepard, but really it's just to make it a little bit easier to last hit and put himself in a position to avoid some of these ganks. And after some overextension from Fragnatic, he's got his double buffs back. He's looking to probably not dive some turrets here in the near future. Helping out that middle lane. Definitely seems like where he's gonna go.
Yeah, we'll see if Fragnatic can help that one down. Virus and Bubba just waiting out that pink ward in the middle, making sure that Virus is like, okay, we probably can't actually dive this one down, so we're gonna try to Zamfir mid. Hopefully Fragnatic can lance it in, but it looks like Zamfir should be able to get away.
All right, well, looking to go in there, the ultimate Zamfira. The dunk squad is strong with this one. Frag once again back in between the turrets, forced to flash the flag and drag. Not enough damage coming down there. Red buff burn taking him out. 1 for 5, feeding double buffs for the second time this game over to Ziplock.
Yeah, that was a very, very strong take from Ziplock yet again, getting the fortuitous of Fragnatic, getting that kill. Could not get out of the way, so very cool came out from Ziplock, also burning out that flash from Fragnatic, because yeah, he was still going to die to red buff, even though, yeah, unfortunate times for Reality Check Gaming, but they actually got a kill for Tofu Shift, or assist at least. So Tofu Shift right now 80 to 66, keeping up on the CS lead.
Right, going in there, the ultimate under the turkey. Twitch dives again under the turkey. Man, that's how you can tell I'm so hungry. I have not eaten dinner today, and really apparently want some turkey. I didn't know that before I said it, but the turret, rather, what was actually what they were diving under. Virus dying for his 3rd time this game, 53 CS. Not really having the game he was looking for.
Oh, this is gonna be pretty bad. Ziplock on the side. It's looking grim.
So Ziplock, please going in there. Cocoon lands. The dive is strong with this one. A repel available. Gets stunned out there, but throws it down. Bubba Dub now feared out underneath the turret. The Q comes out. Ziplock unstoppable. That guy's rampaging 5-0-2. You don't see a lot of spirits for the Spectral Wraith, but the damage is completely warranted. Able to pick up so many kills. Actually walking out up between the turrets. The command Shockwave Tofu Shift actually able to get in there off the back of X Shepard. Getting in there, picking up another kill. Ziplock, though, down to below 30 HP. Probably should have taken the long way around.
That's okay. Ziplock has the spider minions to make sure he can tank up, or he has himself to where he can just stay alive. No problem. Unfortunate for iDream right there. I think he didn't tell that, well, Renekton was going down, and Zamfir got caught from a big surprise. Even though he had that shockwave yet again available, she really couldn't defend himself. So Zamfir, unfortunate for that, but still a pretty good score going off for the team of Cognitive Gaming. 8-2, keeping on the kill score. Probably going to be pressured down over the mid lane turret or that bottom lane turret first, but overall, they're keeping the gold score and the carry score pretty much alive.
Yeah, Cognitive, I mean, they've put on the pressure very early on. They have a huge presence in the jungle. I mean, when you think of the number of times that Fragnatic has been giving these double buffs over, they're going for the jungle mid lane. Ziplock coming in from behind for the counter. Virus there getting the roam down, but he's about to take a ton of damage for his trouble. Ziplock trying to get out of that, but a little bit over aggressive. The repel, you can't come down outside the circle anymore. Would have been able to escape the Virus, but as is, we'll just go down there. This time around, double buffs not gonna go anywhere. Virus able to get in there with a nice engage, nice escape, and that will be the first turn of the game for RXG, taking it down in the middle lane.
Yeah, first start going in with Cognitive Gaming as well over the bottom lane, so both teams getting one. We'll see if iDream can hold this up. Virus takes a lot of poke at the beginning. Didn't come out of that one alive.
No, he wasn't taken down. There's the death mark as well. iDream now gonna get kind of destroyed there underneath his own turret. will push them off of the turret, but RXG pick up a couple of kills for themselves. The ult, the flash, Valkyrie coming in there 1v3. Somewhat dubious decision making. I didn't feel like that was all that effective. The ball on, the speed on as well. Valkyrie trying to get it on there. Bubba Dub, Diamond, able to pick up some kills off the back of that one. Look for the next round of Arcane Shift to get in on to Pragmatic. To be running over there on up to that top lane. Shepherd there. Body blocking him. He backs on top of a ward, but no protection necessary. Chasing now onto the middle lane. Tofu Shift. A little bit of trouble. Pools the stun. Ziploc not able to die.
Yep, but we're going to be probably seeing the top lane turret traded up for the mid tier 1 for both teams. So again, turrets are going down fast and quick, so both teams are noticing the map control. So we'll see if Cognitive Gaming can keep up the damage, or they will probably try to go for this dragon, and they are going to be in dangerous situation if they actually fight for this one.
Spirit of the Elder Lizard and Spirit of the Spectral Wraith now completed here for the guys on RXG. And we're looking for some control over this dragon area, and they do have the pink wards necessary. Shepherd going to be putting his life in his own hands, taking out that ward. Cocoon dodged away from, but giving them some nice chunk damage down from Captain Ziploc. RXG, they want to go for the protect here. They want to go for this dragon. You can see Shepherd ulting up to take this down as fast as possible. Valkyrie coming in there looking for the fear. The bounce from the crows is on. Turret actually goes down from the split push top lane. There's the crescendo going on to Valkyrie. He's going to take a lot of damage with a huge command shockwave, destroying both the team there for RXG and my voice. Then Fira gets blown apart. Pragmatic with a kill and a nice disengage. Everybody low here from RXG, but the kill is coming out. Taking out Zamfira and Captain Ziploc, so no love for the end of the alphabet there.
Yeah, the trade-off is, though, they're going to have tier 2 turrets going, or a tier 2 turret going down from this. So Cognitive Gaming using that little bit of West Strike strat where iDream just pushes all day and pushes into the team of Reality Check Gaming. Next fight that's going to happen for both teams, Reality Check Gaming is going to have to watch their backline, because even though iDream's just pushing and casually just making it a 4v5 per se for Cognitive Gaming, if he comes in, gets some assassinations off on the backline, it's going to be very, very devastating. So Reality Check Gaming, although one out in that trade because they did take Dragon, they did take two kills, from that one. It's still really dangerous for them to say, yes, they can just group up, push in for the win, because there is a Zed on the map.
A little bit of a missed pink ward there in the mid lane for Tofu Shift, but still going to serve its purpose. Going to be pushing that mid lane out. And Blessed Reprieve, the comebacks, not necessarily in full form here, but you can see that RXG is starting to build up some strength on their carriers. 3-0-3 off of that somewhat premature flash ignite to start the game off. Tofu Shift definitely coming back, and if you have to think about RXG and the way they win their games, it's off the back of Tofu Shift. The guy's rise was so strong, but it's bottom lane where the real action is. Diamond actually arcade shifting away from 3 players. The exhaust goes down. That's a double kill on the bottom lane there. Kills turning around, the gold turning around as well. RXG getting the picks they need to come back in this one.
Yeah, Virus going to be able to get some kills and going to be able to get more damage. iDream Shepherd going to be able to trade off a little bit. I feel like iDream should be going away. Yeah, Dominance popped and iDream in a little bit of trouble.
The Blade of the Ruined King is popped, forced to flash out there from iDream. Living Shadow to get him away from that one. Throws down a ward in his wake, and he's going to be out of there. And that just goes to show, I mean, after a little bit of a rough early game, Shepherd starting to turn things around. Sunfire Cape and that pink ward going to be able to take things out there. You see iDream go back to base, but the strength in pretty much every lane goes to RXG.
Yeah, Zamfira was one of the things I wanted to talk about for Cognitive Gaming. 0-4-1 at the moment just hasn't had any presence on the map. He's been ganked, I think, 2 or 3 times already. And yeah, the 0-4 score kind of shows that. With that 20 CS lead, Tofu Shift, again, like you said, has been the main focal point. Now getting those 2 kills to Twitch, also both the carries for Reality Check Gaming pushing in onto the thoughts of Cognitive Gaming. So Cognitive, what do they have to think about? They have to make sure that Twitch is killed off, first of all. But they also have to really make sure that they don't get hit by the Hemoplague, because the Hemoplague, especially with items that Tofu Shift has right now, it's going to be very devastating. So Tofu Shift's going to keep on the focus the damage, and we'll see if Cognitive Gaming can back up from that one.
Keep in mind, Tofu Shift sitting on 1,800 gold. The guy's name is dangerous. We're gonna stay away from that one for now, but he's actually almost equally as dangerous as a needlessly large rod, basically in the bank. You just have to go back to base to pick that one up. But here's some plays, maybe top lane. Big push coming down. Cognitive gonna take things out. Oracle's on to Valkyrie and look to clear things out around the Baron buff, but you really need an opportunity for RXG to go back and buy, because they have actually 1,000 gold on to Jarvan, and like I said, almost 2 grand on Tofu Shift. He's gonna need to get out of there. X-Shepherd a little bit behind enemy lines. Gonna be the engaged. Diamond Arcane shifting over the wall. Death Sentence on to Fragnatic. He's gonna get blown apart, trying to 1v5 the Crow Storm comes in, but it's not necessarily going to be enough. Death Mark, not enough either. It's simply a 2-for-1, almost taking out Ziploc, just not quite enough. You can see almost immediate recalls come in from Cognitive. They don't necessarily want to press this because they're really afraid of this backdoor Twitch. Virus not in that team fight, going to go for the back door, and with a cannon minion, we'll be able to get that second turret. Home guard's not on iDream, so he's going to be a little bit slow taking down that bottom turret. It's going to go down. Virus picks up the 4th turret of the game, but the counter in the mid lane not actually happening. Cognitive unable to take that secondary mid turret.
Yeah, X-Shepherd is going to be able to clear out that wave, no problem. And unfortunately for the team of Cognitive Gaming,
bottom fire is going to get jumped on. Pink ward out as well. Flash over the wall. No follow from iDream. So we're waiting 10 seconds for the cooldown on Ambush. Virus not going to be long for this world. Going to try to juke out the Razor Shuriken. Throws down the barrier. Will he be able to get it down? No. That's going to be iDream picking up the kill there with that spinning, or the Shadow Slash, taking out Virus.
Yeah, I was really questioning that, back portal. Like, literally, Zed could have actually bought into a Home Guard Boots, just gone in and just tried to kill in onto Virus a lot earlier, but without that, he really was just going to leave that turret alone. So it was a really good trade for Virus in the sense that, yeah, Virus did get killed, but they lost the second tier or tier 2 turret at bot. Overall, we'll see if Reality Check Gaming can keep going on, well, maybe the split put push, but overall as well, Cognitive Gaming, they're getting very, very strong in the sense of damage. And if you keep up on the damage, good things will happen to the team. So Cognitive Gaming, hopefully they can keep on the pressure, and hopefully they don't get caught off on this one. We do see the dragon being started up, and Zed in a little precarious of a situation.
All right, now keep in mind, Zed was the big playmaker taking out Virus there, but it's going for this dragon, a little bit invisible, so I'm going to turn off Fog of War so we can check that one out. That does reveal it, and it's going to go down there once again. RXG in control of these objectives, looking for the engage. The dunks come on. Jarvan the 4th going in. Xanthira takes the Hemo Plague, but no damage to follow it up. Virus, though, dangerously low in the back. iDream trying to get on there. One more auto attack. He can't stealth in time. Follow-up there is there for the kill onto iDream. Bubba will be able to make it out alive, but the action still continues. Mid lane, the command Shockwave. And it force out the pool. The damage is on. Tofu Shift taking a lot of damage, unable to dish it back out to Xanthira. He gets out alive. A turn on to RXG. It's a 2-for-1 currently, but you gotta get Bubba out of there alive. Like Rat gonna be enough for Fragnatic to escape, and Shepherd can be backing off of this as well. A very strong push after a nice engagement. What went right for Cognitive in that fight?
Cognitive made sure that they can get in the back line, which was singled out by Zed, and I said it was a precarious situation for iDream because it was. iDream was like, okay, I could push this lane even more in bottom lane and probably trade out for a tier 2 turret, or I could help out the team and make sure that the team fight win was going to go to Cognitive Gaming. And it was very much on iDream making that decision to, well, just go into the back line and make sure they can kill that Twitch. Unfortunately, Twitch did stealth out a little bit to protect them out for a little bit longer, and that's why iDream died down. But overall, it was a very, very smart take. So Cognitive Gaming, very smart play coming out from iDream, and then everybody else cleaning up at the end of everything. So very cool coming out from that. And Reality Check Gaming, hopefully they can keep it going in the sense that they need to protect.
Oh, bottom lane once again. Yeah, Virus, not long for this world. iDream down there taking him out once again. Kind of the bane of the split pushing Twitch's existence. Now going to continue taking him on down there. Twitch able to backdoor the secondary turret in the bottom lane. Now iDream looking to turn that around. Going to be up to RXG to try to react to this, because as is iDream, he's not going, oh, or is he? Is he backing out? Could actually just take down this turret. Everybody mid lane or top here for RXG. Pressure onto Baron, gonna get cleared out here by Valkyrin. So lack of ward coverage there is gonna make it a little bit scary here for RXG.
Yeah, that indecision for that 1 or 2 seconds, iDream didn't want to go take over that turret. I mean, they knew pretty much that the whole team of Cognitive was at Baron. He probably should have just played it very aggressively and actually try to take that turret down. This time, iDream's still waiting out, and he's just going to go with the wave. He's going to try to distract Reality Check Gaming, at least one member. So, Renekton's in the area, he's going to go respond to that. Cognitive Gaming, on the other hand, they're going to try to pressure this mid.
Virus stealthing up, wants to go for the initiate. Will not have that to escape if he needs it. I'm not going to go in just yet. Ball on a Ziploc, looking for the engage. The junks, Pragmatic getting in there, absolutely blowing apart Zamfira. Frag taking a lot of damage. The ult in from Valkyrin. You have the Ziploc dangerous low, but Virus with the barrier. Trying to get the damage down. Valkyrin will be the next to fall, but iDream coming in from the bottom lane, throws the Death Mark. Tofu shift is the target. Bubba now trying to get away, but it's like Shepard's turn to enter the fight. We can see Virus stealthing in there, trying to get the damage onto Diamond, gets the expunge and the crits necessary. Shutdown from Bubba. The team fight played absolutely perfectly. Not enough to take out Ziploc, but still a huge team fight engaged and a great follow-up. Enough time for Virus to get off the second stealth and a nice assassination onto Diamond. It's going to be the one team fight, the 4 for 2, and the secondary middle turret going over to RXG.
Yeah, with that tier 2 mid turret, it's going to be able to even up the score in gold for both teams. Really quickly, Cognitive Gaming had a pretty good positioning per se. Unfortunately, Zamfira was taken out even before the shockwave landed, so that was one thing that was really unfortunate for them. The other thing, iDream came in, got the kill onto J4 in the beginning, but did not really successfully go for the target that he wanted. He wanted to kill that Twitch as soon as possible. Virus just kind of stealthed in, stealthed around, made sure that he wasn't really the main focal point, and unfortunately for him, he wasn't taken out. So all the things that, you know, Cognitive Gaming did really well for the first little engagement, they didn't do too well for that one. So we'll see if Cognitive Gaming can keep it going in the sense that they can get the right targets, or they can get the pickoffs like what happened almost at mid.
Yeah, Virus having some issues here with iDream, but really in that fight, I mean, iDream wound up taking out Tofu Shift, but really left Virus alive over the course of that team fight, which proved to be somewhat detrimental. And now, I like this decision a little bit better by RXG, sending Shepard out to duel iDream, but even still, iDream, man, that guy is absolutely monstrous. 7-3-3, Blade of the Ruined King, Last Whisper, and Brutalizer, meaning that Shepard with he has a QSS for the Death Mark, but he's going to need a little bit more armor to take on that Zed.
Yeah, he's going to be able to build into GA right after that one. So really, really important for Cognitive Gaming. They're going to keep on having this split push in Zed. But they also have to make sure that they're kind of around for iDream to make sure.
Oh, the duel down there. Bottom lane, Shepard not really wanting to fight in on this. He blew his Fury stacks early, and so iDream just went in for the free trade, chunking him down there about 2/3 of his HP. Going to be down there. I mean, when you look at this trade, it really forces the engagement here out from RXG. And to be honest, they've been winning these engages because when you look at the team composition from Cognitive, they don't really have a way to disengage. I mean, sure, they can throw down maybe an Orianna ball, but if you have Fiddlesticks ult in, that's going to be a little bit defensive. Shepard sustaining things up here in the bottom lane, not actually having too many problems with iDream. Not quite something you could say for Virus.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm gonna go back to on that point. Yeah, the all-in comp of Cognitive with
Virus thinks he's sneaky. He's stealth on top of a ward, so he knows. iDream knows something's up, and I think Virus knows that he's well aware of what's going on. So Virus not going over aggressive. Backs on out for now. Thank goodness. One of the first dragons of the game actually going over to Cognitive, so kind of turning things around. Now they are able to pick up that global objective. Gold only about 1,000 in their favor though.
Yeah, it is big to take over that dragon, but 1,000 gold plus another.
Sweet
Red
lord,
Steel.
the red steel from Diamond. Ezreal's these games. I don't know what's up with that, but the engage attempted there in the middle lane. It's going to be Cognitive. A very strong push in here on to mid. Jarvan in the top lane, not that much engagement. This could be the engage that's really looking for, zoning out from the ball. Pragmatic coming in from the side, locking to the Iron Solari. Built there out of that Aegis of the Legion after the last patch. Spirit of the Elder Lizard, Pragmatic looking to go in for the dunks, gets cocooned. There's the disengage. Skill shot, yes, but disengage effective. even still going for the dunks. 1v2, dunking on to Zamfir. The flash out, no crescendo, bumping up a 3-man ultimates command. Shockwave goes down. Valkyrin ulting in, pushing out the flash from Virus. Doesn't want to get cleared out there, does not have QSS available, and now it's going to be a nice engagement. There's going to be the repel in honor there. The Ziploc, though, getting in there with the slow from Rand was Virus blowing people up from the back. No coverage on that Twitch at all. Throws out the crits. Only iDream going down, and huge engagement from Fragnatic. Looking so young, you can call him J5, getting in there with the initiation, and now it's going to be the chase on a Ziploc. The slow lance from the Venom cast, repelled to nowhere, knock up onto Captain Ziploc. Will be his untimely demise. Virus picks up the kill.
That's the timely kill as well. 575 gonna be able to pick up probably his last Whisper off of that one, or possibly Phantom Dancer to complete that. But the other thing was Cognitive Gaming, they had a great Zamfir ultimate. No one on the team could follow up on that. And it's one of those things with the team comp that Cognitive has. They have iDream kind of splitting around, but not really participating in the fights until the end. So if they're relying on iDream to split, they shouldn't be engaging in. And with that Zamfir ult down, I mean, the team kind of engaged in with Fiddlesticks, and he blew the flash of one player, Reality Check Gaming. But other than that, there wasn't really anything else accomplished from that. So really important for Cognitive Gaming to know where their strengths are. While Reality Check Gaming, they know where their strength is with that J5.
All right, yeah, sort of the spiritual successor to his final form, Baron buff. Now going on to RXG, and man, if you had to predict this game off the very start, it was a little bit of a rough start. Fragnatic getting taken down, feeding double buffs twice in a row, and then still building offensively with that Spirit of the Elder Lizard. I was not a believer, man. But turning things around, RXG with that window of opportunity, making the most out of that Baron buff off the back of that one team fight, even in turrets as well, and a huge Twitch to back them up. Everything really looking good. You can kind of say, you know, Virus had a little bit of a rough game, but with those 7 deaths, really sort of brought it back around. And really, I gotta give some shout outs to Tofu Shifts. Dies a few times, yes, but it's his initiation, his ultimates, and Fragnatic with some manly engages as well. Really turning the tides here for RXG.
I also have to point out with that Vladimir, I mean, he's been putting out the damage, so the whole team can't really just focus on the Virus, and Virus has been able to catch back up for the team Reality Check Gaming. So another big thing for Tofu Shift, big honors to him, but hopefully we'll see another engagement. iDream and everybody else can be able to, well, GA up for the sense, but also be ready for this next team fight. And it's one of those big things I was talking about before. iDream really needs that GA to start off.
The engage attempt there, somewhat premature. Ziploc went with the repel, and then not really what he was looking for. The flash, the engage, the dunks, and strong Hemo Plague, huge inside the Cataclysm. The ultimate coming in from Valkyrie. No damage off the back of that, though. Death Mark on to Virus. Gonna get popped there. Not actually, yes, there. He will finally go down. iDream still with his Guardian Angel, but 4 members there from RXG right on top of him. Not really gonna be able to escape for now. Bubbatov actually able to pick up the kill and the blue buff off the back of that. Not the worst person to have blue buff, but the push in here onto this middle turret. Middle inhibitor actually too in danger. RXG, very strong team fight, 4-for-1 exchange.
Great job by Reality Check Gaming. Again, just forcing decisions for Cognitive Gaming. And you saw right there, iDream was waiting, he was waiting, and even though Zamfir ulted, he still waited to try to go into that backline. And Tofu Shift, everybody of the rest of the team of Reality Check Gaming just took advantage of that. They pushed in more damage, and Cognitive couldn't really do anything other than, you know, destroy the Twitch. So it's one of those at what cost moments for the team of Cognitive Gaming. Yeah, they got the Twitch down, they got that damage, but at what cost? And the inhibitors down, it's probably a really big one.
And I think the thing that keeps coming up so big, or actually so small for Cognitive, they have no way to stop these engages. Jarvan just runs forward. In that case, he flash standard ulted. You know, he used the EQ combo to jump in even further, and flash ulted, caught 2 members of Cognitive, and then just the Hemo Plague to follow things up off the damage from Twitch. And really a lot of tunnel vision in from Cognitive. They blew up Virus. They were able to take him out, but like you said, at what cost? Not really worth it there, losing their first inhibitor of the game. Going to RXG, this game really kind of shifting in their favor. It's going to be up to Cognitive to not only bring things back, but how do you do this when you just can't stop getting engaged on?
I mean, Fragdatic has been doing a great job in the sense that he's been providing pressure throughout this whole game, albeit he might have done some things in the beginning. Now with the J4 just going in, man-moding onto the whole team of Cognitive Gaming, and then also with that, you had that Shepard doing that too. Pretty big, but Tofu Shift getting picked off might be a good thing.
Game of Plague on to Captain Ziploc as well as Zamfira in the back. A lot of damage down. Ziploc will fall. Virus with the kill. Gets feared out there. 3 seconds where you don't have an AD carry and the death mark to blow him apart. Virus explodes. iDream now the last member left on his team, actually still in the fight, but instead of going for the ninja, he's gonna push up that middle lane. The super minions there to aid their initiation. Nice fear there by Valkyrie, just made Virus pretty worthless in that team fight. You see every single team fight, Virus explodes, but the rest of his team fight, the rest of his team there with the damage, the follow-up, turning these team fights around. Nice initiation though by Cognitive. They're not letting RXG dictate the pace of these team fights, forcing fights themselves, and even though they did still lose out on that, there's no ace. They wound up trading 2 for 1. They really do stop this push up the middle lane for RXG.
That was a big thing for Cognitive Gaming. They got the Wombo combo pretty much off. They had the Zamfir ultimate hit off on a lot of people, but they also had Valkyrie getting in their big disruption, getting that fear, and pretty much just spelling the demise of Virus. Overall though, if that happened 3 or 4 team fights before, Cognitive Gaming would be in a very, very great state. But with every time that Reality Check Gaming before just starting off the engagements and pretty much made Cognitive Gaming try to respond, it just hasn't worked out. So it might be a little bit too late, but there is one thing Cognitive Gaming can do is hopefully catch them out and hopefully get some kills off that one. And everybody just, forming up right now. 23-20 on the kill score at the moment. Reality Check Gaming, I mean, all they have to really do, even though they just picked up Baron, or they're going to pick up Baron pretty soon, all they really have to do is just push over in that bottom lane. They had that middle inhibitor already pushed down. They're going to be pushing in with super minions, hopefully at top lane as well. So they're going to be pushing, but the only thing is, if they do get caught out with that engagement Cognitive Gaming has, Cognitive Gaming should be able to take that one out alive. So we'll see how that will work out.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna have to agree with iPyro92. If you saw GA on Virus right now, the game would just end spontaneously. He keeps getting blown up, but that really keeps that engage from being as effective. Fear out onto Pragmatic. Finally, a successful disengage from Cognitive. They've learned how to stop these fights, but top turret taking a lot of damage. Virus just dishing out the DPS up there. As Twitch starting to get those items on, has a giant spelt, so their Randuin's or Frozen Mallet coming out from that Twitch. Not really what I would prefer, but hey man, this guy's the one doing the damage, bringing things back 7, 9, and 7. The damage done in these team fights. Pretty effective itemization as well. It's gonna be harder to take him out, but I mean, iDream really hasn't been having too many difficulties there. The push continues here for RXG. They can just back off and do Baron when it respawns. It does look like that's the direction they're heading.
Yeah, they're probably going to actually respond to this bottom lane as well for the team of Cognitive Gaming. So they're going to probably push back the lane for X Shepard to solo push that. And if they do take this Baron now, it'd be very good. But the Baron's not still up, so they're going to wait. We're going to wait, maybe a little bit more waiting, and hopefully Cognitive Gaming isn't going right to them.
Red team's inhibitors respawning soon.
Inhib coming up, but Baron about to go down. Ezreal Ultimate helping out a little bit with some love off the back of that. Does go over to RXG. Pragmatic secures that for the team, and this could be one of the final pushes of the game. Like you said, bottom lane, very, very heavily pushed. Super Minion's still down there, so you're going to have to watch out for that one. Inhibitor just now respawning in the mid lane. You can see immediately RXG just pushing right back on in for that one. They have the engagement. Don't want to engage on Nexus turrets though, so with those at their back, this could be a nice defense for Cognitive if they can defend this bottom push.
Yeah, the bottom lane is the most important lane right now, just because that turret is win or break moment. Pragmatic gonna try to start in the engage, actually missing off on Dragon Strike, starts it in.
Yeah, initiation from Pragmatic. Chemo play going down as well. iDream taking a lot of damage. Our GA is up, and Virus, nobody touching the rat in the back. iDream responds, gets blown apart, tries to take out Virus, but the barrier comes out. GG's being called by Cognitive. Second Nexus turret left to fall. The huge engage, only Pragmatic going down. An heir to his own throne there, as Nexus is going to be taking some damage. Cognitive with the GGs. It's going to be Reality Check Gaming taking down the 5th place Cognitive with another upset here in MCS. Absolutely incredible play, turning around a rough early game into a 26-21 victory. Congratulations, RXG.
Congratulations to them, just bringing up the win total to 3. But overall, both teams had their points where they could actually take over the game. Unfortunately for Cognitive Gaming, they couldn't push that on, while Reality Check Gaming dictated the pace, dictated the measure, and made sure that they had control of the game to push it in for the win.
Now, interesting to notice, and something very key at the very end, Orianna and Ezreal going for blue build Ezreal, and that Orianna build, no penetration there in any of their itemizations. So ultimately, the end game lineup with so many resistances stacked up across the board was just too tanky, and you couldn't get the damage done where you needed it for Cognitive. And well, that was just enough for things to kind of snowball in favor. RXG with some nice turnarounds and really good resilience. Rough early game, just said, hey, we're not giving up, turned the game around and picked up the win. So key to notice that RXG will actually move on to 3-6, whereas that does put Cognitive at 5-4, moves them down actually into a 4th place, into a 4-way tie for 4th place. So keep in mind, we do have 2 more days of games left in this week, but only 2 more weeks left until the playoffs here of MCS. So I guess that's going to do it for us tonight. Some absolutely mental games, especially that's TBD versus Denial game. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one. The Bush of Death was just incredible. Huge performances from all of our teams here tonight.
One thing I want to note out from that game, from TBD versus Denial. Denial has found a way to beat out TBD's ultimate 10-0 streak. I think that would be the amount of games for the win. But overall as well, they had to really see their lineup, because Denial really took a page out of TBD's lineup. They had this assassin comp, although they didn't really successfully get to it with Riven. It still really worked out well for them, and TBD had to respond to that by playing a little bit more standard. We'll see if TBD can change it up later on for themselves, but definitely one of those things we have to look up for the later weeks incoming.
And that is going to do it for us tonight. So on behalf of myself, Rapid here, and Bird, and everybody here at MCS, I do want to thank you all for watching. If you do want to check us out a little bit more, you can head over to mcsesports.com for incredibly detailed coverage of all of the games so far, the standings, matches left upcoming, and playoff standings as well. You can also check that out to support our sponsors, iBuyPower, Fatality Gaming Gear, and Razor Academy. And if you want to leave us a tip while you're there, click on the Leave a Tip button at the top, or just go to mcsesports.com/tips and donate to help support the stream, support the casters. We do want to thank you all for your support so far. It's been actually a little bit overwhelming, so a special thanks once again to everybody who tuned in tonight. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at MCS Esports. If you want to follow me personally, it is at Rapid Casting, and I believe you can also check out my wonderful co-caster Bird at L3IRD, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you can definitely check me out there. Shout outs to everybody over there in the viewer chat, Bisful, and everybody, the rest of the crew, doing a really good job just chatting up, getting some good stuff out there. But also thanks to the Gamer Network for giving me the opportunity to shoutcast, do a special shoutcast for today. Hopefully we can come to another time, but other than that,